The Harley Quinn show is a wacky adventure that doesn't take itself too seriously. No DC character is safe from getting poked fun at. From making Nightwing a copycat of Batman to making Aquaman have an obsession with fish. Each character has a unique quirk that distinguishes itself from their comic version. The crazy antics that Harley and her friends go through isn't the only thing that this show focuses on. The creative team brings a lot of heart and development into its main cast. They learn and grow from season to season, putting their strengths and weaknesses on display. There is no better person to demonstrate this than Harley Quinn herself. I mean, it's her show, so it makes sense. We start Harley's journey where we normally saw her in shows like Batman the Animated Series, as an extension of the Joker, just a sidekick who will always be a sidekick. However, she's not really happy in this role, wanting to be treated more like an equal. Unfortunately for Harley, Joker likes having her as a failsafe when things go wrong, pushing her into this toxic cycle of taking the blame for him, then thinking he'll come and save her, which countless characters tell her it's not gonna happen. This is Season 1's main focus, to have Harley break the cycle altogether, making her prove to everyone that she's more than the Joker's girlfriend. She can be just as good or even better than any other supervillain, making her obsessed with the idea of joining the Legion of Doom. This goal makes her more self-centered and narcissistic, thinking that only her goals matter, which sounds pretty similar to someone else we know. Anyways, Harley's reckless behavior endangers the lives of her friends, getting Clayface's hand cut off and used as police evidence, abandoning her best friend Poison Ivy, resulting in her getting kidnapped, all for the sake of her goal. Good job, Harley. Great work. When people like Ivy become the voice of reason in Harley's life, she kind of ignores the advice altogether, either half listening or straight up leaving mid-conversation. Ivy only wants to see her friend break the spell that the Joker has on her, telling Harley that she doesn't need to prove herself to anyone. Time and time again, Harley keeps sabotaging herself for the Clown Prince of Crime. Harley may have gotten what she wanted, becoming a member of the Legion of Doom, however, she loses all her support in the process, including Ivy. This brings the biggest shift in Harley's character, having her sit and stew over her decisions thus far. It's these moments throughout the series that make this show great in my opinion. Having the characters realize when they're wrong and fix it, instead of having the character go on a self-destructive path. Lost, with nowhere else to go, Harley adventures home, only to find that her family doesn't even want anything to do with her either. Once Harley finds that Ivy has been kidnapped, she makes it her mission to mend her broken friendships. Most of her crew accepts her apology, but Ivy needs a little more time. Ivy thinks that Harley will abandon her again. Ivy has her own stuff going on, so we'll talk about that on another day. Anyways, when chaos starts to engulf the world around them, Harley must fix what she created. She has to prove to Ivy and herself that she's changed from the narcissistic person she was in the beginning, taking down her ex-boyfriend and moving on, also destroying Gotham past the point of no return. Gotham is destroyed and plunged into chaos. Villainy runs rampant. Instead of doing anything about the aftermath of the events of the Season 1 finale, Harley embraces the chaos, not doing anything to clean up her mess. This so happens to be the main focus of Season 2, having Harley acknowledge that her actions have consequences. Due to the lack of control, villains like the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, Riddler, Two-Face, and Bane take Gotham, making Harley look like a clown once again. To right her wrongs, she must take down all the new leaders of Gotham, from going back to college, having a therapy session with Bane, and seeing the tragic death of Mr. Freeze. She manages to take care of each villain leader, which is great news. At this moment in time, Harley could rule Gotham by herself, but she kind of gets distracted by another goal. The biggest change in Harley's behavior this season is her treatment of her friends. Last season, Harley couldn't care less about them, using them whenever she got the chance. However, season 2 changes things, having her create more genuine relationships even with two of her rivals. In the previous season, Harley wasn't the biggest fan of two people in particular. The first person is obvious, the Joker. He has given her a very hard time since the beginning. Despite all this, Harley and the Joker team up to save the Justice League in one episode. It's really crazy how much character development the Joker gets in this series. The second is Kite Man.
Hell yeah!
I had to. You can't say Kite Man without his catchphrase. Anyways, Harley and Kite Man are not close. Harley looks down upon him just because he's him. Also, she gets mad when she finds out that Ivy is dating this man. Maybe it's because Ivy didn't tell her, or maybe it's a hint of jealousy. It's really up for interpretation. But anyways, Kite Man is not Harley's favorite person in the world, but she still helps him find a wedding ring for Ivy. And in the process, she learns that he's a really nice guy. Changing her opinion about each of these men makes her a hardcore believer that people can change for the better. Harley is still far from perfect. Things only get more complicated when Ivy and Harley are thrown into a dangerous situation that leads them to share a kiss. There is just so much drama in the show. After this occurs, Harley starts to realize that she has serious feelings for her best friend, wanting to talk about it with Ivy, who just wants to disregard the whole thing. This leads Harley on a rampage in which she beats up an old lady and becomes the leader of parademons from Apocalypse. This rampage is more of a distraction to keep her busy and not think about her growing attraction towards her best friend. Her behavior prompts people to question Harley's motivation, encouraging her to open up about what's really bothering her. When Ivy finally confronts her about her new quest for power, Harley finally ends her rampage but does not open up about her feelings. Now Harley needs a new distraction, which ends up being Ivy's party. She plans the perfect celebration, resulting in more shared moments between the two of them. Ivy is mortified by her actions, while Harley reveals this to be her primary goal, to find true love. Unfortunately, Ivy isn't sold, thinking that this is another one of Harley's short-term goals. Ivy still doesn't trust her from the events of what happened in the previous season, resulting in Harley doing the only thing she can: prove to Ivy that she's changed by cleaning up the mess she created, finding a way to clean up the parademons running rampant in Gotham, and to stop James Gordon from crashing Ivy's wedding. Through these 2 seasons, Harley makes a great deal of progress, showing the audience and Ivy that she's changed for the better. Unlike the previous seasons, Harley isn't really the main character. She takes more of a backseat to Ivy in her character development. It's kind of funny how these two flipped roles from where they started. Now Harley is more of the support and voice of reason, and Ivy is unsure about herself. It's nice to see. What else is nice is having Harley use her psychology doctorate, being not only Ivy's therapist, but Bruce Wayne's as well. As with previous seasons, there is always a main focus or goal that Harley wants to obtain. Season 1 was all about proving herself. 2 was more about finding true love. 3 changes the formula a little bit. It's more of an interpersonal struggle instead of a physical entity. I don't even know if you could call this a focus because she hates talking about it. Her dilemma, if you will, is how she identifies herself. Is she a villain or a hero? This topic has been danced around throughout the series, but Harley never had to deal with it head on before. She goes from wanting to be part of an evil corporation to saving Batgirl's life. Harley lives in a more morally gray area, and for this show to place this question upon her is an interesting way to go. From just this season alone, she's highlighted more as a hero, teaming up with the Bat family, sacrificing herself not once but twice. Harley Quinn is a hero here, but she's not ready to state it. This woman is so much different from the person we see in season 1. So much so that Harley doesn't want to take credit for saving Gotham or Mayor Joker. Yes, Joker is mayor of Gotham and is not a complete jerk in this show. It's very surprising. This isn't the only problem that Harley has to face. As previously stated, Harley lets Ivy run the show, which is all good and dandy, until it's not. Ivy finally comes up with a master plan to make Earth more eco-friendly, by turning everyone into weird zombie tree monsters. Harley is happy to see Ivy so confident. However, she knows that Ivy is in the wrong for destroying humanity for the sake of her goal. Ivy is kind of like Harley was at the start, narcissistic and only caring about her master plan. Sure, she still loves Harley, but she's blind to how she's treating her. Until Joker kindly points this out to her. Ivy has become what the Joker was to Harley. At this point, Joker should get an award for best supporting character. My goodness, he's been advising everyone. Anyways, Ivy has become a boss who's steamrolled over Harley's desires. Harley lets this happen because it's the only thing she knows, not wanting to upset the one person she loves. After Ivy's chat with the clown mayor of Gotham, she finally sees how bad she's been treating her girlfriend, seeing Harley grow and evolve into her own person with her own wants and desires. Instead of wanting to squash this progress, she embraces Harley for who she is, letting her be the hero she wants to be, as Harley finds a new place as a defender of Gotham and a licensed therapist that will advise anyone who needs help. It's amazing how much Harley has evolved from her first appearance in Batman the Animated Series to a household name. She's appeared in countless movies, comics, and games throughout the years, and for her to have her own show is a high honor for any character. This show balances a quirky vibe with serious subject matter that builds its characters, even in the most unlikely people. Seeing Harley go from lackey to hero of Gotham is an interesting direction, and I can't wait to see the development that she makes in season 4. This is a fun show, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Click here for another fun video from the channel. Hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.